Hey guys, this is Steph the Barber. I'm about to demonstrate a temp fade. I've been cutting for about 6 years now. I'm just going to give you guys some knowledge of what I've learned for the past years. Stay tuned. Alright, the first step that you take in creating this temp fade, or what I do, is you make your initial line on both sides of the temples, whether using your trimmers or your clippers, with the lever being all the way closed. Alright, so the next thing that I do is cut down the hair to its desired length. As you can see, I'm going with the grain of the hair. So when going with the grain of the hair, I go over it a couple of times just to make sure that the hair is even all the way around. Alright, so now that the hair is cut down evenly, I then incorporate my guards. So now, as you can see, I'm using a red 00 guard, and I'm using just the edge of the blade, not the entire blade. Sometimes using the entire blade creates more lines for yourself. Also, as you can see, when I'm doing this technique, I'm fading in an upward position, and you want to make sure that your clipper is all the way open, the lever. And eventually it's going to be closed once you finish using that guard. Alright, so now I'm switching the guard to a number 1 guard. This guard basically is about to start the blend of the temp fade. Again, you want to just use the edge of the clipper blade, not the entire clipper blade. And you want to start fading that temp with the number 1 blade, with the lever being all the way up until it's initially closed. Alright, so now I'm switching to an O guard. And you basically want to repeat the steps that you did with that number 1 guard. Again, using just the edge of the clipper blade, not the entire clipper blade. Making sure that lever is upward when you first starting, and then initially ends up closed. Alright, so now you're just going to repeat all the steps with no guard at all, using again just the edge of the clipper blade. And make sure you take your time, because you do not want to create another line to take out. Again, make sure that the lever is all the way up when you start to fade without the guard. And then, of course, it's going to initially end up being closed. Alright, so this is what you call a blending guard. Some of you might have it and some of you might not. But I just use this extra step just to make sure all the areas are blended correctly. After you use your red guard, which is the double O guard, after using your one guard, after using your O guard, down to no guard at all, I take this extra step. Again, just using just the edge of the clipper blade to make sure everything is blended well correctly. Alright, so lastly, you want to use whatever you use to take out the first initial line with. You want to use that tool to take out the rest of the line out with. So whether it be in your trimmers or your clippers, again, just using just the edge of the blade to take the rest of that little line out. And once you're done with that, your temp should look great. Alright guys, so here's my ending product. I thank you guys for taking the time out to view my tutorial. I hope that you learned and gained something from this tutorial. Please share your comments. Again, you can reach me at Steph the Barber on Instagram, and that's STEFF the Barber. Thanks again.